Am I gonna have to sing our theme song again?
It's not. It's not playing. Oh, you know
I
what? I bet I know what's happening. I bet I know what's happening. It did that again every time that I reset Chrome. It
ah,
there.
all right.
All right. Now, watch this. Do you hear it now?
I can hear it now.
There it is.
Hello,
Hey.
and welcome to the RetroMacCast with James and John, where in each episode we'll stroll down the Macintosh memory lane.
All
We'll
right.
discuss older Macintosh computers, reflecting all things related to the Mac and Apple computer, and current
Yeah,
topics
every
from the
time
perspective that only a couple of old Mac fans can provide.
that I update Chrome or something, like it defaults my audio settings in StreamYard. Some such weirdness. Anyway,
All
how you
right.
doing?
All right.
Good. Good. Hello to Joshua Curtis.
Joshua, yes.
We're back again. Um, I think did we talk about digitizing those videos last
We
week?
we talked about digitizing the videos. Took a
Yeah,
while to get all the bits and pieces together for stuff I already owned to get it. I finally got all the software installed and everything I needed to.
yeah.
It's been probably about I don't know 6 or 7 years since I last tried to do this, and since then, all the all the components used
Right. Spread to the wind.
were. That's right. Yes, I had to get the
Yeah,
band back together.
yeah. You got and you wanted to do it old school.
I yeah,
Um,
I this all this could have been solved with a $10 adapter and hooked it up
uh-huh.
to my M4 Mini, but who wants to do that? This is a
Right.
vintage show. Who wants to do the easy thing, right?
I do. So I ordered the $10 adapter and another quickie adapter so that I can do it quick and dirty next time. But you have the setup, but we didn't. We
I
didn't.
do.
I still have the tapes.
Right.
So sometime between now and the next time, or whenever, I will maybe
It
mail
will be
these to you.
digitized.
I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. That's how we did it old school. Have to sneakernet it to your
That's it.
house.
Yeah, right. Hmm.
All right,
Or work,
or work. All
whatever.
right, let's
Yeah.
fire this thing off. Reels in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Retro Cast with James and John. This is episode 707 for April 28th, 2025. Good evening, John.
Good evening, James.
We were just chatting to the massive YouTube live audience. They were all clamoring to find out if we were going to be checking on the contents of the videotapes. Well, actually, they're the only ones that learned about the videotapes
That's right. Yeah,
because that was in the
that was
bonus
behind the
section.
scenes bonus section, all the bonus material that you get behind the scenes.
Yeah, I shared with them these videos that I had found. Masters of Media event video includes 1984 Hammer Woman epilogue and Mac Momentum, 63-minute runtime, and then a 1987 Apple Computer 1987 Steve Wozniak presentation, 42 minutes long.
I'm looking very forward to, especially if this doesn't exist out there anywhere.
Yeah.
That'll be quite awesome. Yeah. So,
Right.
but everything's ready. I've got everything set for doing the digitizing now.
So because we didn't get that digitized this week, we've got a collection spotlight. I'm going to
Oh, see,
share.
I don't even know what this is.
Well, there's a hint in the video,
Oh,
but
yes.
I
Okay.
won't.
Then I know what this is.
You can spot the difference
Peeking
between this
behind
week and
you.
last week. Yeah,
Right. Right.
right. I don't. I'm sure I've talked about it on the show, but not since we've gone to video.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, probably not. So, all right. So we got that coming up. We got eBay finds. We got some news. We'll be right back with eBay finds after a break. Okay. All right. We're gonna do some eBay finds. Oh, I guess I got to share a screen or something like that. Mm-hmm. All right. There it is. All right. You ready to go?
Let's do it.
Are you ready, Joshua? Here we go in 3, 2, 1. All right. It's time now for eBay finds. Last week, we had that vintage Apple poster titled Surf's Up with the candy colored IMAX arranged in a wave, right? Is that meant to look like a wave? I think so.
I think so.
And it
Makes sense.
it wasn't just any old poster. It was one that still had the markings of Chiat Day, I think, the advertising company. Like it was a pre-release or unreleased
Yeah, and size
image.
wise, it looks like it's about magazine sized, right?
Yeah.
We determined that it's not a poster size thing.
That one had a buy it now of $129 with a make an offer. It's still available. Still available. You can make an offer. Okay. Then we had the National Account Support Dealer sign from, I don't know, late 70s, early 80s. Apple had a buy it now of $1,800. And the item, the listing has ended because the item is no longer available. So I guess they just pulled it. Doesn't really show that it was purchased. So not really sure what happened to that one. And then the AirPod display, probably for an Apple store. That one ended. It had a buy it now $550, starting bid of $300. There was 0 bids, and it was ended, but the seller has relisted it with the same buy it now.
Oh, okay.
Of $550, or you can start the bidding at $300. Okay, we'll begin this week with another poster. This one's called the Ripple poster from 1987. This poster, let's see, we'll look, there's essentially a ripples in a pond or some body of water. And
Right.
there is a quote at the top. It says 10 years ago, something happened. Something small, something most people didn't notice, but it did touch a few of us, then a few more, and a few more. One ripple following another, each new wave gaining more distance than the last. And then at the bottom, it says, and still the ripples keep coming. And under that, it says Macintosh 2, Fremont, California, May 1st, 1987.
So this is commemorating the first 10 years of Apple, of course, not the Macintosh. And of course, it's the same cover. The art is the same as the So Far book.
Yeah. The poster is 18 by 24 inches, professionally mounted on foam core. I say a few imperfections.
So I think that price-wise, because it's actually mounted, it's less collectible.
You think so?
Than if it was just framed. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you could still frame it.
Well, I know, but it's still been altered by mounting it to the foam board. Once it's mounted, that's it.
That's a permanent thing.
But because of that, I think this price is a very, very reasonable starting price.
Yeah, $75. There are no bids right now. It ends in 5 days. It's a really nice image. Beautiful photograph. Great moment in history in Apple, the 10-year mark. I guess also coinciding with the Mac 2. Ships from Los Altos, California. All right, well, we'll check in next week. Okay, what else we got?
All right, next up, we have Send in the Clones. Power Computing, Power Base 180, Power Macintosh clone, 80 megabyte of RAM, a hard drive, Mac OS. This is a mess of a description. But yes, what we have here is a Power Computing Power Base 180. The description really doesn't have much else other than what's in the crazy title, other than it's clean inside, see the pictures, slight yellowing due to age, go figure. Top case has a scuff mark, probably from a giant monitor. So That is it. So there are pictures of this thing. I'm trying to see if there's pictures of it actually running, which is nice because uh, my power computing doesn't turn on. So it's nice to see that on. I have to say this is fantastic. Whatever the starting bid was must be pretty low because right now it has 4 bids and it's up to $51.99.
Yeah, the starting price actually
Obviously,
was 99 cents.
holy cow,
Yeah.
that's great. How long does this have still? This still has
4 days.
4 days. Okay, well, I'm sure it'll go up a little bit more. I don't know how popular the clones are. It's got to be pretty kind of a niche collector that wants the clones.
Sure.
Something of a completionist.
Yeah, Power was the most famous of the clones.
Yeah.
This is a very clean example, and it's got a little quirkiness to the case design there. Kind of the floppy drive that looks sort of in the middle. It's just, I don't know, it's something about its haphazard front panel that's kind of appealing to me. Of course, I probably would have hated it back
Sorry.
then because it. Hello, yes.
Yeah, it's my phone.
Please, everybody in the audience and cast members, please mute your phones. Thank you. I'm looking at the seller here. Obviously, is doing a lot with Macs. If you look at some of these pictures, you can see just stacks of Macs.
Yeah.
Sitting around. I like this one picture right. Look at this back picture. There's like an old SCSI caddy up there on the shelf. There's a blue Mac. There's an old 6-color Apple logo, something or other.
Yeah,
But this
the
picture right
Cosmic
here.
Void is the seller.
See this picture right here. Look at the stacks of Macs, and there's
yeah.
one of those old AV monitors with the kind of
got
the
one
big,
of those. Mm-hmm.
yeah, awesome. So they must do a lot with Macs and clones. We'll see how high this gets next week. All right, and we'll finish with this: a Macintosh PowerBook 180C restored and recapped, 14 megs of RAM, SCSI SD, and Wi-Fi. What? This one even comes with the original box. It's the first Apple laptop with the active matrix color display. You can see from the pictures the display is very sharp. Backlight is nice. The 9 SMD capacitors on the control board were replaced. And it's been tricked out. There's a 10 meg RAM card installed, bringing the RAM up to 14 megs. The spinning SCSI hard drive was replaced with a new blue SCSI device using SD card for file storage.
Which has also got to be why they're getting the Wi-Fi.
The Wi-Fi,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it runs faster and completely silent. There's a handful, let's see, 3 hard drive partitions on that 16 gig SD card that it has, so you can boot up into various things. Speaker works. They rebuilt the trackball assembly. They offer, if you want, you can purchase a newly built nickel metal hydride battery pack for $100 more.
No, I thought the internal display on these things was 640 by 400. It would do 640 by 480 or even other resolutions if it was on an external monitor.
Oh.
I swear that's what my 280C is. Maybe
Really?
this one actually had the full 640 by 480.
Maybe.
Hmm.
They even recapped the power supply. So,
oh wow, that's thorough.
You got a working hinge door. It looks like the little tilting feet are intact. Great cosmetically.
Yeah, a lot of the ones you see of these, that hinge door on the back is long gone.
Yeah, because it's kind of flimsy and kind of poorly attached. But yeah, a great example of a 180C, but you're going to have to pay if you want this one. Buy it now is
you
just shy of $1,000, $999.99. So no bidding, no making offer. it's going to cost you, but it is super sweet.
It is. It really is.
And you can get on Wi-Fi. And, we were looking through the pictures here,
Oh yeah.
and John noticed this one of the screenshots here, if I can pull it up right there. They're running Netscape, and the website on the image of Netscape is Frogfind. Frogfind.
Frogfind,
How did we
which
not know
I had
about
not heard of.
Frogfind?
Right, especially since we know, Steve from Mac 84 and
Did the
also
logo.
Action Retro. Action
the
Retro built the thing. They used DuckDuckGo
Mhm.
as the back end. It strips all the HTML stuff and leaves you with text. So even on your old vintage computers, you can go visit websites. Pretty
Yeah.
cool. And
So
I
here's
had not.
Apple.com looks like through Frogfind. How about that? So yeah, you'd be able to do a little surfing from your Wi-Fi enabled 180C and using the power of Frogfind. All right, we'll check in on all these auctions next week. All right, we're getting taunts to buy something by Retro
Techie is always trying to get us to buy whatever we're showing.
What were
on
we
the
supposed to
screen.
buy? I don't remember.
Everything. They just want us to buy it. Yeah.
Buy it now.
You're not good for my savings account, Retro Techie.
Okay, let's go to the collection spotlight. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. All right, because we didn't get the videos digitized, I had to find something quickly, and when I'm at a loss or something, I just go looking around my rooms and see if something
You
pops
just
out
throw a beanbag at something and it's going to hit something interesting.
Yeah.
In your
And
collection.
sometimes that something is just staring at me right in the face, and that's what this is. So those in the YouTube audience can see this frame back here. This was a gift from my wife for our anniversary, or maybe it was my birthday. I don't remember. It was some kind of
celebratory
event.
time, right?
But she enlisted the help of our very own John here to put it together.
No.
Back in
I may have helped find some images, but that's about it. I didn't.
Oh, well, yeah. Maybe you know more about your role.
Yeah.
So back in
anyway, yes, go ahead.
Back in probably late 2008, early 2009, this company Menino's, sort of capitalizing on the success of the iPhone, which had just recently come out, they released a series of coasters based on the icons of the original iPhone, pretty much ripping them off. And I don't think they, well, you can't find their website anymore. I don't know how long they're available, but they sold them, and they're I think they're vinyl wrapped wood or something, and with like a cork maybe on the bottom, and they sold them for $60 for the set of 16. So and it's pretty much all the standard icons of the original iPhone.
Some of those don't even exist anymore.
Yeah.
Some of the apps that are represented.
They don't
they? There are a few that are.
Yeah, I don't know what this one. What is this one with the TV set? What the heck was that? Was that a real? I don't think that ever was something. Maybe that was something they added. So I guess I must have bought the coasters and then didn't. I think I had an idea for them. Maybe this was even my idea. Was it your idea? I know you helped put it together, but I want to think it was my idea.
I don't remember.
And then she made it happen by getting in touch with you. So yeah, I think I had the idea and never got around to it. And so she did it, and I think under my nose. And so she took the icons. Now, so you provided the imagery to make it look like the whole thing looked like a phone, right?
I
I think you
I'm not,
did. You
I'm
there's a
gonna deny everything because I really don't remember
oh my god,
anymore.
yeah, I think you did the home button, right? You
I
created
don't
the home.
know.
Yes,
I just
yes,
don't know.
you did the home
I
button.
will say yes. I did the whole thing.
Yes, and
Aha!
well, you did have a role. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And then the speaker and the microphone at the top there, whatever those little bits of hardware. And so I think you generated those, scanned them, whatever, and then
Okay.
gave her printed them out and gave those to her. And so she took those elements along with the coasters and then put them in this matted frame, right? So it looks like, I don't know, it's kind of hard to see on camera, but there is some depth to this because this matte, there's these
Yeah.
icons are kind of, there's some depth to this image. It's got this 3D look to it. And then, so it's just kind of an interpretation of the original iPhone here.
It's very nice. It's very nicely done.
Oh yeah, it was a local frame place that did this, and oh my gosh, they did an amazing job. I mean, just precisely, arranging everything here.
Mm-hmm.
So you get your homeroom down here, and phone, mail, the internet, and remember, iPod used to be an actual iPod button, not music, because your iPod was now a function of your iPhone. Your messaging, calendar, photos, camera. I don't know what that TV set is. I don't think that was ever a thing. Dock, maps, weather, settings, notepad, calculator, and clock. So there you go. I think they invented that so they give it symmetry or something, or so to give it exactly 16. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Maybe somebody knows. YouTube? Oh, was it YouTube?
Oh,
Joshua
I don't know.
thinks you. Did we have an app for YouTube near the beginning? I don't know. Was there?
Was it for your Apple TV or was it?
No.
No. Okay.
No, it could have been YouTube. Could have been one of the early dedicated third-party apps. Could have been. All right. So, and it's really heavy. It's like a stick frame, and so yeah. So it's been hanging in every iteration of my Mac Museum. It's one of those cool things that I gotta pick up a lot of neat things, but sometimes you gotta make your own stuff.
Okay, it is the original iPhone YouTube icon. You're absolutely right.
Wow. Does somebody have a picture of it?
I found a website that's selling a artboard print of that icon, and that's what they're saying is it's the original iPhone YouTube icon.
Wow. That's
there you go.
Oh yeah.
Good on you. Yeah.
That is amazing. Let's see. Let's show that on the screen. Somewhere. Anyway. Yeah. This thing right here.
Yep. There we go.
Wow. Oh, gosh. Amazing. All right. Thanks for finding that out. All right. Well, then it all makes sense. So, there you go. Something cool from the collection. Put it back on the wall. Check out the YouTube video if you want to see what it looks like. Okay. So funny. I wonder if they use that old-fashioned TV icon beyond.
That is weird, right? That they would do
beyond just the iPhone,
Right. And was that YouTube's idea, or was that Apple's like, we're not going to actually promote YouTube?
Yeah. Well, it's funny because you think about even the word YouTube
over at Google.
You think the average YouTube celebrity even knows why it's called YouTube? Where the tube comes from?
Oh, right. Yeah. Good point. Right. Yeah.
Okay. We're going to switch to the news. All right. Let's go. Oh, let's put something on the screen here. And let's go in 3, 2, 1. All right, a little news. This was a few weeks ago, but every once in a while, Apple updates their list of what hardware they call vintage or obsolete, and it was a kind of monumental most recently when they updated the list because it declared as vintage the Mac Mini from 2018, which was the last of the Intel Macs. So now
Wow.
all Intel Macs are now vintage. Vintage.
How old do they have to be for obsolete?
Well, the definitions. So vintage means Apple stopped distributing them for sale more than 5 and less than 7 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
which isn't very old. You think about vintage more than
No.
5? That was just like yesterday. Obsolete is anything for sale more than 7 years ago.
Wow.
And the definitions then affect what kind of parts are available, what they're willing to repair, and that
Right.
sort of thing. But I went over to their list. You can always look at their list at apple.com and scroll through here to check if your product is obsolete or vintage. But it's really cool because it always has the complete list of like everything Apple ever made.
Hmm.
And so if you go to Mac products obsolete worldwide and go under Mac desktops, well, what's the first thing on the list but the Apple One? In case you didn't know, it is obsolete, the Apple One, and it just goes on from there. Apple II, all models. Apple
that's
III.
that's pretty funny.
It's so funny because it's just a funny little list that the entire history.
Hey, wait, you know what? I don't see
Uh,
2GS on there. I may still have a chance of
all models, John.
getting a
The 2GS is a 2, so it's
ah
included. And actually, you look at this and it's not even that exhaustive because even under peripherals, that's not exhaustive. They made all kinds of stuff that aren't necessarily on here, but
sure.
well, yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Quick take all models. Seems like there's a random thing in here, but I could find it's not here, but I don't know. There's a lot of really obscure peripherals on this list. Um, hmm, wow,
Yeah.
cool. A lot of stuff over the years, and just about every one of those things is in this room right here. Okay, I don't know when this is published. I think it was fairly recent. Over on Autodesk Instructables, it's on instructables.com. Mecha Nick W put up an article, convert a vintage Apple Macintosh computer into a Raspberry Pi desktop computer. We've seen a lot of these sorts of
Yeah.
repurposing. This one,
There's always a lot of controversy around them. You've got the
is.
purists now, especially.
Yeah.
I have to say, even I was like, oh, wait a, because they said this was a working SE.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's like you can find non-working ones to if you're going to do something like this too. Anything that I've ever done has been to a non-working one,
or even just buy an empty case, and a lot of those bouncing around.
Yeah.
I like this because it goes into the details of especially how to retrofit a monitor, an LCD with the bezels.
Yeah. Now, one of the things I really like about this is the monitor that they've got in here is it's an 8-inch monitor. It's 1024 by 768, which that's 512 by 384 doubled. Which means if you wanted to run mini VMAC on here and you set up a mini VMAC that was by default 2 times resolution, it fits perfectly. It's pixel perfect.
Yeah.
Because the pixels are perfectly doubled and there's no weird artifacting between the pixels and there's no soft edges. It looks really good when you do that on a 1024 by 768 display. And that 8-inch one is the perfect size for this. And the fact that they've got the files for doing the bezel. So you've got the bezel adapter, so you can go from the curved edges to the flat LCD display. And I've
Right.
seen people do things where they'll actually take some plastic and take an actual tube and basically melt the plastic over it so that you get the proper shaped plastic lens to put on top of their LCD. So yeah, but once you do that, once you buy that monitor, it's just a straight up HDMI monitor. So whatever you want to put compute, it doesn't have to be a Raspberry Pi 5, whatever you can put. I mean, you've got so much space in that case. Once you do this, you could put your M4 Mini in there. You could put a regular Mini in there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well,
shove a subwoofer in there. Whatever you want to do.
That's over on Instructables.com. And finally, I got these in. I ordered a bunch of these from Tindy. And they're little pram adapters for CR. Well, they adapt a 3.6 volt little pram battery that's found on a lot of old Macs.
These replace your Mac cell bombs.
Yeah. That little guy. And these things are just the bane of our existence, right? Those pram batteries that you showed.
Yes.
And they're expensive, they're hard to track down. Well, now you don't have to do that anymore because these little adapters are $2.99 and the batteries are, I think, even
the CR2 2032 batteries, which you can buy rechargeable ones off of Amazon, and they come with a little charger for them. So a very nice modern drop-in replacement that you don't have to worry about leaking all over your your vintage.
So I ordered about a dozen of these things, and I didn't even, when I ordered them, I was just buying them strictly just on what they did and not how they looked. And then when I got it, I was like, holy smoke. You see this picture, the detail of the little etching of the smiley Mac.
Happy Mac. Well, you can see it on this. You've got that picture on the screen right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so well done.
Yeah.
You see there's an image of how it just goes into the pram little cage.
It's got gold-plated connectors on the end for the.
Yep, beautiful. So this is designed by Jurassic Computing, located in France, selling through Tindy.com, and they actually make a ton of stuff that's so cool. Lots of VRAM and RAM. They even make a battery replacement design for the Next, which looks like the same one, but just has the Next logo, maybe.
Oh, nice.
Maybe.
Okay.
They have some rainbow colored VRAM chips. It's too bad they don't have these for, John, you were saying if they had these for RAM.
For RAM, I would love to put them in my Clear SC30. Have the rainbow. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, look at that. Look how nice those are.
That is amazing. And still room to put the little smiley Mac there.
Yep.
Fantastic. Oh, just love what people are doing. My gosh. Well, that's over on Tindy.com. Look for Jurassic Computing. Okay. There we go. We're just cooking along. Oh, I gotta mention my do it in the outro. My inventory status.
Ah,
All
yes.
Right. Let's do the outro in 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're just about to wrap it up, but I need to give an update on my inventory. Right, that was my New Year's resolution, is to begin the daunting task of inventorying all. I don't even know. That's why I got to do the inventory, but I think it's in excess of 200 computers, and even one a week is at least one a week.
Right.
I didn't do one last week, so I had to catch up a little bit, and
shame.
I had to go through 3 to find one that would boot.
Oh no!
Oh, it was a bad day.
So are you going to dig into the ones that didn't at all?
Well, eventually, yes. I mean, I'm taking notes, so I know.
All right,
what's
so
bad, what's worse.
Run us through the list. What
So today, the first one, because I was running through my G4 towers, and the next one was my liquid cooled dual G5, which I purchased
oh no.
way back when. Power hit it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Things started spinning and whirring, but the little LED that I think is supposed to stay on would not stay
Hey,
on.
yeah. Did you check to make sure there's not a bunch of corrosion in the bottom of that machine?
I am afraid.
Make sure it didn't dump the coolant, because
I
remember when I
know.
worked at the photo lab? That's
Yeah,
what happened
they've
to
been
almost
prone
all
to leak.
those liquid cooled. Yes.
Well, no, I didn't look at. There's nothing coming out the sides or anything, and so the fans whirred
Okay.
and it just didn't, no display, no chime, and so I let it go for a few minutes. And okay, so I powered it down, power back up. I keep doing that, keep cycling power just to see if I could get different results, and it would give me some variety of things that happen. And finally, the variety was nothing. Just stop doing anything altogether. So, all right, so that one gets set aside. That's disappointing because
Yeah.
oh,
I'm glad
That's a
I've got the
beautiful
air
machine.
cooled G5, I have to
Yeah.
say. Yeah.
all right. Next up was a Power Macintosh 9600
Ooh. Okay.
233. Powered up, chime,
Mm.
looking good. Scrambled video. Kind of like a cross stitch colored line pattern coming off the video card. Hard drive spinning up. Everything seems to be going. It's just the video is something's wrong. So that might be a little easier thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah. What kind of monitor was that? Did they have a VGA card in there by that point, or was
Yeah.
it still the?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's running a yeah, I could just swap the video card probably and but yeah, it's got the DVI and VGA running off that, both giving
Okay.
the same result. All right. So
So-
far it's looking bad. So I went back in time. Pulled out a Power Macintosh 6500.
Very nice. I love those.
6500 300, it's a 300 megahertz PowerPC 603 on it.
Those are fun gaming systems with that built-in subwoofer.
Oh boy, the thing
Very
rocked the
fun
room
gaming
when
systems.
I turned that thing on because
Yeah.
it was left on maximum volume and booted right up like a champ. Came right
Nice.
up, running
It
8.6.
was such an interesting design choice on those. A lot of people didn't like them.
Yeah.
I really liked them. They looked like a 1950s fridge to me.
Right. Yeah, this one has a built-in zip drive, of course, the CD-ROM, and it happened. Of course, I had forgotten all this until I turned it on. This was one that I had not wiped because it was a neighbor's computer, a neighbor that I
okay.
still know today. So it had all their stuff on there. So I was pulling up. They were a graphic artist like yourself, and they had all their work on there. And so I just spent some time just hunting through files, seeing if there's anything that I maybe want to return to the original owner. So I'm still kind of digging through it. So there was the one success. Now I am
Good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I'm nine up working and 4 not. So
I mean, those odds could be worse.
it could be, yeah. And yeah, I mean, it's gonna might get really bad when I start really getting older. I mean, even that
Sure.
think about
It's all the mid 90s stuff that you got to really worry about.
and
The bad cap era.
yeah. Well, and the 80s stuff. I mean,
well, a lot of that 80s stuff was
really.
more solid.
All
Well, I
right,
mean,
we'll
SC
see.
and before were definitely because they didn't have the caps. Starting with the SC30s, when you start getting the caps issue.
Yeah. Well, that let's see, the Power Max 6500. That's a 28-year-old machine. Can you believe that? Okay. Well, next week, I think we'll be back. I'll try to get you those videotapes one way or the other, and we'll see what's on them. Thanks everybody for joining us in the chat. And until next week, remember, it's not old.
It's retro.
Okay. What were the bad units? I don't know, Joshua.
Oh, I think maybe that Joshua had before you
Before
actually
I
went
said
through
what
the
they
list. Yeah.
Got it. All right. Well,
Yeah.
I think we did all we're going to do.
Thanks for joining us, Joshua Retro Techie.
I'll play a little music and we'll get out of here.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for listening to the RetroMacCast with James and John. Email listener comments and questions to retromaccast@gmail.com or post comments on our website at www.retromaccast.com.